writing poetry for several years, but only started sharing my poetry and performing it 2011 when I moved back to Abuja from the United States. I joined a really nice group of poets. I was part of an organization called Abuja Literary Society, and we would meet like twice a month at the Transcorp Hilton in Abuja, and there we would share our poetry. I would get on stage, we would and share my work. So with others, we would critique each other, and as time went on, we got better. I got better at sharing my poetry. My poetry is pretty simple. Anybody can relate to my poetry because it involves day-to-day life experiences, anything from drinking your favorite drink. I wrote a poem called Baileys. There's a poem I wrote called Raindrops. That was my first Abuja rainstorm. It was very horrifying, and I wrote a poem about that, which is very expressive too. I use a lot of sound when I'm sharing that poetry. I also have another poem called Release, my season of sweet samba, like Vapour. Like Vapour was actually used on an exhibition somewhere in Belgium in a conservatorium. It's where they had cubes, and they showcased my poetry there. Moments drift into timelessness, pouring into my soul, emptying me of all my truth. I am naked, not ashamed. Our space or happenstance we concur is but no substitution. Once in many lifetimes, sort of sweet synergy, a sacred space, sometimes expectant, really unexpected. Contentment is certainty, is satisfying, is soothing, is tranquilizing, is decadent. We twirl a fine pirouette in perfect unison, a ballerina canvassing a picture-perfect dance, flowing into a pool of infinity, minds entwined, my safe haven, enveloped in your arms, buffed and built, seasoned with time and weight. You are safe too within the coo of your name as it flutters from my mouth to your ears, where it starts in full circle and ends unbending, like the universe curved upon itself, leaving trails of silver dust for other hearts brave enough to follow. Thank you. I believe anybody can be a poet. Just write down the way you feel. Use poetry as an outlet. It is a really good hobby, and it's always good to look back and see where you've been at a certain point in your life when you read your own work. It's almost like a diary. If you could just write down, forget about it rhyming, just write. You get better at it. I enjoy poetry, and I'm going to keep writing poetry, and I hope I've been able to encourage you too.